Hey guys, welcome to another episode of All About You. I know that it's been a while since I've posted a video. Unfortunately, I am missing my camera and I've been looking for it. I will probably get in contact with some of my friends and people that I usually surround myself with around Hobby League shops and whatnot, see if I can track my camera down, but as of this moment, I am missing it. And because of that, that's unfortunate news, and that's why I haven't been making videos as of now, because for the past few days, almost week, I've been looking for my camera. Now, moreover, there's been a lot of things that went on. The past week or so, we've had Set 2 released. Since November 3rd, the set has been legal, and as of now, there has been a lot of events going on in a lot of different regions. So it's pretty exciting because we have a lot of decks and with that being said, the most popular decks are decks such as Cell. As you can see, Cell, he's a monster, just in his unawakened side. All you have to do is literally put a card right underneath him from your hand and he can KO or turn 3 or less. Drop, and that's pretty strong. Right now, since the first format, since set 1, a lot of small characters that help you build for combinations such as Broly, Goku, the small Goku that searches out the other Gokus. These type of cards have allowed a lot of decks to work on setups, but leaders like Cell basically say, no, you can't set up. And that hurts because if you can't set up, then there's not much you can do. Moreover, other decks like Vegeta and Zamasu are starting to emerge. And these decks are very good, very solid. There are certain ways to really build these decks, but overall, there's still a lot of brewing involved, and there's going to be a lot of different deck creations and combinations that we still haven't arrived. Some people are using combinations of Cooler with the androids, from what I've seen, and just a mix of other combinations that are very unorthodox at this moment. These are the type of things you want to do because you just never know when you can come up with something that may quote-unquote break the game and really give a different perspective on how to warp this format and how to dominate this format. So furthermore, I definitely want to talk about some of the experiences at the events I've been to. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage, so I'm just gonna kind of talk a little bit about it. As of recent, I have went to 3 events, back to back to back, in the sense of literally day by day by day, and it's been fun. It's been an amazing journey, and it's great to see how set 2 is going to be very impactful to the overall meta. Now, what I can tell you for right off the bat is that Vegeta and Ginyu are no longer #1. They used to be dominating the format, as you saw. Vegeta was always dominating. Ginyu, towards the end, started to make a showing because of Jordan Marco's deck, and also because of Pat O'Neill's deck creation, in terms of theory crafting and just the concept of a tri-element, tri-color deck working. So those 2 decks were very powerful towards the end of the format, within the past 3 weeks to, I won't even say a month, it's been like maybe the past 3 weeks towards the end of set 1, before November 3rd. And with that being said, it just seems like we're moving forward to a completely different game. Right now, I can almost say that when I've been playing my Cell deck at recent tournaments, which I'm going to discuss, I almost felt like I was playing a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, Yu-Gi deck with being able to special summon cards, plenty of cards just from one card to the next, and basically one card just gets the whole deck running. So as I was saying, right now it appears that Vegeta and Ginyu, they are pretty much done. They have been dominating the format for quite some time, and it is what it is. It's time for change. So at these events, when I've been going to, I played Cell. Now, Cell, as I mentioned earlier, does a lot. He's very strong, very powerful. His first form allows you to KO 3 or less cards just by placing one card from your hand underneath them. His awakened form, and by the way, you draw your 2 cards before you awaken. His awakened form is even more nastier, more devastating. You can put a card from your hand right underneath them and you draw 2 cards. Additionally, you can remove 2 cards from underneath Cell and put them into the drop zone, and you can KO any battle card, any, okay? So turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. You can get rid of any battle card. With that being said, that's powerful, okay? So this past weekend, I played against a lot of different decks, a variety. There have been 24, 25, and plus competitors, up to 42, I believe, that were present in these shop tournaments that went on for set 2, and it's been terrific. As you can see from the thumbnail, I've been able to conquer, these events that went by. Out of the 3 shop championships I went to, I won 2 out of 3, and the decks that I used were Genyu for 1 and Cell for the other, since that one was already during the set 3 format. I also used Frieza, Golden Frieza, and that was for the first one that I went to. I placed 10th. I didn't get to make top 8. I did a lot of recording. As you can see, the last video that was put up on this channel was that event, and Mr. Ferguson took the event. So it's been a pleasure playing and meeting different players by traveling to places that I normally don't go to. I recently went to the Truly Urban shop, which is a local, actually. It's in the Bronx, so it's relatively close by where I live. And I met a lot of amazing players. It was, again, a pleasure. I was able to take that event. Unfortunately, there wasn't an actual trophy. There was like sleeves, and I've been now using these sleeves for my decks. As you can see, Vegeta. And I believe they also have the Zamasu sleeves as well. But it's been fun. It's been fun playing with different decks since set 1, and set 2, I've been enjoying myself with Cell. I recently also won the tournament at Queens, which is one of the locals that we go to. It's really nice. Trophy is really cool. And it's been fun, a lot of competition, multiple amount of players. There's not much to say when you have competition and you have a lot of people testing out new ideas and new deck theory crafting. So with that being said, I just wanted to, give you guys a little snippet of what's been going on as of late, because again, my content hasn't been regular. Past couple of weeks, it has been irregular. So it's kind of difficult to move forward when you don't have the tools, and I really didn't want to revert back to using my phone as a means. I mean, you can probably see me. It's not that bad, but obviously it's not as good as me using my camera that I invested money on, and I don't know. So hopefully I can find it or repossess it. If not, then I will have to use my phone for the next few weeks until I can, purchase a new camera or see what I can do in that department. With that being said, I'm gonna give you guys a preview of the deck I used for the last 2 events. It did change, so I'm just gonna show you one of the builds that roughly won both of the events that I last been to. Alright guys, here's the deck profile that you all been waiting for. As you can see, this is a green-blue deck, primarily blue support. Alright guys, so with that being said, I am using the Cell Leader. Once per turn, main, active main, right? Place 1 card from your hand under this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and KO that card. When your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. Then we get, bam! Ultimate Life Form Cell. Activate main once per turn. Place 1 card from your hand under this card, draw 2 cards. Activate main once per turn. Place 2 cards from under this card into the drop area. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO that card. Very powerful. He is a monster, as you can see. So, just a little rough draft of what I would be doing at events. When I'm unawakened, I'm able just to do so much. Stop key cards such as Broly's that search out for their engines, the small Broly. And then additionally, I'm also able to hit off Gokus that have been more relevant in this format. Little Kind Sane Goku tries to search for a card. Sorry bro, search for your card, but I'm gonna pop you, so I'm not gonna allow you to be able to evolve. So he's very good against evolve cards. He's also very good against those 3 drops that are very annoying, such as Gotenks, the turn 3 that hits your hand. He's very good against his self, whether your opponent is dropping a cell and not able to go through the transformations, you can just pop him. He's able to go against a lot of the current cards that are in the format from set 1 and set 2 that are very hard to get over. He can get over them, especially those annoying, and when I say annoying, I mean very annoying, battle cards that have revenge. Those are very good battle cards, and they fail when they play against them. So moving on to the deck profile, we have the Blue Engine, 4 Majin Buus, energy boosted Majin Buu. When you play this card, draw 1 card. You already know my take on this. Senzu Bean, 4 copies. It's an amazing card in this format. It does very well against rush decks that want to bring out tokens that hit 10k or 15k. Senzu Bean can just save you a lot of trouble against those types of decks. Whis Coercion. You guys notice that I usually don't run negates. I'm running negates because in this format, it's a little bit relevant since you have cards like Cell, Broly, a lot of very powerful 25k to 30k hitters. You don't want to be burning your whole hand out just to defend when you need to defend. So a quick little negate, untap your energy. Best negate in the game still to this point from my perspective of test playing. Very good. As you can see, I'm rocking 3 Trunks Protective Children. You already know, if you're not playing 4 of these, you're bad. And with that being said, they are the winner, master, finisher, or master fighter. And essentially you just get these from performing well at your shop championships. They have been now given out with the trophy, so top 8 receives 1 of each. I kind of swapped with my teammates, so I have 3 of them. I'm missing 1, which one of my teammates is gonna pass me the 4th one, so I'll have a whole playset for this deck. Going further more, we are going to the Terrible Creator Android 20. Android 20, very solid card. When you put them in play, you search your deck for Android in its name. So you can't search for cards like Cell because Cell doesn't have Android in his name, but you can search for Android 18, Android 17, the bigger Android 17s and 18s that I run in my deck. And if you decide to run Android 16 or Android 19, they're also searchable. And future Androids that will come out that have Android in its name. Furthermore, we have Cell. Place one Android 17 from your hand under this card. Choose up to one cell with an energy cost of 5 or less from your deck and place it on top of this card. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So as you can see, what Cell does is on turn 3, Union Absorb. If you have the Android 17, any Android 17 in your hand, place it right underneath them. You can just search your deck for this bad boy because it's the one I run, which is Evolving Evil Life from Cell. You can also search for a lot of the other cells that are available, such as the ones from the Dash Pack or the promo that came out during the first set. So like I said, guys, Cell, this turn 3 drop is very powerful. It's able to search for your Evolving Life Form cell, and you're able to also search for those cells that are in the Dash Pack and the promo cell that was released with set 1 promos. Moving forward, we have twin sister Android 18. Now, she has a really nice, interesting effect. Her ability is that once per turn, auto, when she attacks, you can discard a card from your hand. In that case, you can put a Android 17 that is in rested mode into active mode. Very useful. Now we have a very interesting card now moving forward to Chilling Terror Android 17. Chilling Terror Android 17. This card, I am going to have to do up close on it, okay? If your leader card is an Android, the opponent cannot draw cards when their leader card activates Awaken. They still can activate Awaken. Now this guy, he does a lot and he also does very little. And this is the reason why I only Tekken 1 for the moment. I actually played 3 during the event at one point. One of the events I played 3 of them due to my teammates lending me this copy and the other copies that I had, teammates. And so with that being said, through testing in the event, because I actually only tested him at a tournament, I realized that it was just excessive, meaning that when I had him, he most of the time was just used for Cell, just to go into Union Absorb and just to search through the rest of the deck for the other pieces I'm missing. Now, with that being said, he is very powerful. If he's on the board and you're putting and applying pressure to your opponent will be in trouble. Because once you hit them with the Union Absorb combination from going from the turn 3 cell to the 5 to the 7, on turn 3, that can be devastating, especially when you're dropping a Chilling Terror Android 17 the following turn, and you're really controlling the board. Now, that being said, we have the other Android, which is twin brother Android 17, which is underneath the Chilling Terror Android 17. He has the same ability as Android 18 when he's sent out to attack. You can discard a card. In that case, you can put a Android 18 into active mode. Now, the card below, underneath that is a Goku. X that out is supposed to be another Android 17, the same one that discards a card. So I'm only running 2 of those Android 17s, and then I was running 1 of these. Moving forward to Martial Expert Tien Shenhan. He is amazing. He is what makes this deck go fast. He is what basically makes the deck run correctly. Now, I do have to say there are some weaknesses, so be careful. Running 4 may be too much. You know, anywhere from 2 to 3 will probably be a better fit, but I'm just showing you a close copy of what I ran for these events. With that being said, he's extremely strong. Auto. I will actually show you guys. Okay? Auto, at the end of the battle, after you combo with this card from your hand, if your leader card is green, play this card. Activate main, choose 1 card in your life and place it in the drop area. Choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. Then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO that card. He's another card that basically KOs any card. Very powerful, very strong. Helps you awaken. Essentially, he's in this deck for awakening, but he has the destructive capability as well. So very strong card. Just be careful on how you use it, because if you don't utilize him correctly, you could put yourself in a bad circumstance and you will lose because of that. So be careful, guys. Just take note. Moving forward, Evolving Evil Lifeform Cell. I will grab one so you guys can see. Some of the main cards I want you guys to see up close and personal, because these are very good cards. Union Absorb. Place one Android 18 from your hand under this card. Choose up to one cell from your deck and place it on top of this card. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Double Strike Auto. When you play this card with Union, draw one card and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. As you can see, there are multiple ways to KO battle cards in this deck. This deck is very destructive. It's basically, I created this build specifically to be able to hurt my opponent's battle cards with giving less resources for more power. So it's like I can do a lot more for less, and that's the design of this particular deck. There's many ways you can build it, but this is my take on the Cell deck. Now, moving forward, we have Expanding Energy Android 17. He also is a very powerful card, okay? Double Strike. This card inflicts 2 damage instead of 1 when attacking auto. When this card attacks, draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand. He's very good against the mirror match when you're playing against another Cell deck that is trying to lower you down. If you're playing against another Cell deck, you can do a lot with him, meaning that you can swing out, draw up to your 4, and it can create a lot of combinations for you. Very strong. Moving forward to Exterminating Energy Android 18. She's one of my favorite cards of the deck. I love Gotenks for turn 3. She's a bigger Gotenks, except she's a 20k with Double Strike, and when she's sent out to attack, your opponent has to discard a card. I love her. Like, that's my wifey right there. She is basically one of the reasons why I wanted to make an Android deck, and one of the reasons why I made this Cell deck. If it wasn't for this card, I may not have made this deck, because I really do like her a lot. But that's just my personal preference. Now, moving to the main star of the deck. This is the reason why you pretty much create the deck, okay? We have the perfect one. Perfect Force Cell. Evolve, he costs 2 green and 4 generic. Double Strike Auto. When you play this card, if your leader card is an Android, your opponent must choose cards in their hand until there is only 3 remaining and place the chosen cards into the drop area. As you guys can see, this effect is pretty busted. Very powerful. Basically, that's what you want to get to. You want to get to all these pieces. You want to go through this transformation, into this transformation, into the final form. And you'll become perfect. That's how you can win. This is one of the major win conditions of the deck. You have these as also alternative win conditions for later game. Obviously, you can see how I designed it. It's very well put together, and it was just off of a day of play testing. So the deck will change when it does when I do make changes. I will update you guys with a new video of how well I perform in other tournaments. And overall, just remember, okay, because this is something that I know most people tend to forget, and I'm just gonna, show you guys again, okay? What most people tend to forget is that a deck list is just gonna help you maneuver and play against opponents. That is a tool for you to use to be able to perform very well at events. You playing this deck won't necessarily net you wins like it has net me wins. You gotta learn how to utilize cards. You have to know when to play cards, when not to play cards. These are essential. That is essential to becoming very good at this game. I know through multiple videos I have bragged to a certain extent, or I have said certain things that gotten the community stirred up. I am who I am. you know, but I do care for this game and I want you guys to get better, which is why I do content. And no, I don't get paid loads of money, guys. I know. It just doesn't work that way. If it did, I would be pretty much uploading a video every like second of the day. But with that being said, this is a pretty solid deck. You will enjoy it. There are tweaks, like I said. You could drop the TN 1 to 2 copies lower, utilize other cards, like just explore the game. Don't worry too much about copying lists. If you're new in the game, take a look at it, take what you want from it. This can help you win and just to have a good time and really learn the format, all right? It was a pleasure as always, and I will have more content coming up. It's just, again, my situation with my camera. Just keep in mind that I want to give you guys better quality and I don't want to like reverse and go back to how some of my videos used to look like. But as you guys all already know, this channel is all about you.